So I'd like to talk for a second about how my thoughts have changed on spiritual awakening, dark nights of the soul, all of that. My flow of consciousness right now has kind of indicated that I should probably talk about this on YouTube. So in 2018, I went through what I believed was a spiritual awakening, right? And looking back now, I realized that was just the beginning. So there's never like a point where you like go through this awakening and it's just like done, you know? Realizing that you're going through the awakening is just the beginning. Noticing all those strange things that I was noticing at that time in 2018 was just the beginning of this. And so once you wake up to that, from there it begins. And in ways it gets easier, but in ways it gets much harder. Especially because you're just becoming more and more aware while living in a world that kind of wants you to be the opposite. And the more aware you are in this world, the more you can see and the more you can feel and the more pain you're aware of because of what you're aware of in the world. So awakening to that can be a very exhausting, tiring, hard thing. And it takes a lot of time. And it also takes time in order to learn how to live with it, how to be happy, how to not let it weigh you down, how to not let it make you go off on different tangents of your journey, whether that be getting caught up in the sovereignty phase of your healing or of your awakening, or getting caught up in the part where people, you know, focus on, you know, the government, the Illuminati, and like that sort of part of the awakening, which there are different levels of the awakening. All are valid, all are important, but it definitely comes in stages, and it's like going down the rabbit hole, so to speak. You just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper into it. It never, I don't want to say it never stops or it never gets easier. It's easier, but the content of what you're dealing with gets more difficult or deeper, so to speak. And so that can put you in a position where you've become a certain kind of individual living in a world that's hard for you to live in. And for many of us, that's been the way it's been since the beginning, before we even woke up at all. Living in a world that we don't quite understand, feeling like we're different, feeling like our hearts are different, feeling like we want different things than the people around us, we care about different things than the world around us, we're more emotional than the people around us, whatever it is. And then we wake up and I've leaned away a little bit from calling it so much like a spiritual awakening, to be honest. To me, what I'm starting to realize it's human evolution. It's humans waking up to consciousness. It's us becoming aware of our consciousness. It's evolution. And as humans, you know, we try to find terms for that, and we try to find a way to define that and a way to put words to that. And so for many of us, we can define that as a spiritual awakening, waking up to our spirit, ourself, our mind. You know, you start to become the observer of your thoughts. You become the person standing in the background, like listening to everything going on in your head. You learn how to take control of those thoughts. You learn how to take control of those thoughts and those beliefs. Beliefs being so powerful to the foundation of your entire life. Literally sets the energy framework for your entire life, your beliefs. And a lot of us, pre-waking up, we are unaware of those beliefs. We are unaware of how those beliefs, a lot of them not self-serving, are keeping us held hostage in the life, the world that we're in. And a lot of that is by design. But we'll get into that at a different time. So we actually hold ourselves hostage through our own mind by believing what we're either capable of or not capable of. And it's through awakening to that voice in your head, to your potential, to maybe why you've come here, that you start to break out of that. And I think that that's why so many people get caught up in the point of awakening where they're focused on their purpose. They're focused on their mission, why they came here. When the whole point of why you came here is to do exactly what you're doing right now. To evolve. To rise higher. To realize the power of your thoughts, of your heart. The power of opening your heart, which we'll talk about later. The power behind your mind. And why the world, okay, I don't want to keep saying they because that's a little misleading, but sometimes the world is basically designed to distract us. It's why the music industry looks the way it does. It's why the television industry looks the way it does. It's why, you know, you go to school from the age of being a young person till you go to college, you know, early in the morning till midday. That's indoctrinating you to go and work a full-time job, you know, to be a part of the system, okay? From the beginning, we're distracted and pushed into a system that doesn't teach us to be powerful, free-thinking human beings. So I've changed my thoughts a little bit on what a dark night of the soul is. A dark night of the soul to me is spiritual depression. Spiritual depression in the sense that you can't see what's going on at that time. Sometimes it's necessary to your journey. Sometimes it's self-inflicted through what you're focusing on and what you're choosing to believe. You know, if you choose to believe that you're stuck, you'll be stuck. If you choose to believe that you're in a dark night of the soul and you're depressed, that's what you're going to be. A lot of us move through points of sadness, or what do I want to say, of depression during this, but you're not meant to stay there. And sometimes that can take a while. I think there were probably times where I was stuck in that for a year at a time, maybe months at a time, not realizing that my own mind was keeping me there. Okay, so we're healing and we're evolving. That's what's going on. And some of that is going to be painful, and some of that's going to take time where you feel lost and you don't know what you're meant to be doing at that moment, which leads you to feeling depressed, which is spiritual depression, which leads people to feel like they're in a dark night of the soul. But what I can tell you is that you're in no dark night of no soul. You're just in a quiet part of your journey. And we all go through quiet parts of the journey. We all go through desert seasons of our journey, and they're so important. And you don't realize that at the time. You don't realize what God is doing when you're down, or when he's moving things around for you, or while you don't see the way out, or while you don't see like where you're heading, but God knows. Okay, and deep down you do too. I felt like this needed to be said. And honestly, what I've been doing is I've been trying to find a way to put this into like a really eloquently spoken video. Like I wanted to plan it and sit down and say it all in a way that was more, I don't know, like was more planned than this, you know? I'm just sitting here having my morning coffee, and I had to film this. I had to pick up the phone and film this. So that tells me, like, I didn't even grab my tripod. My tripod's like literally right there on the ground, and I'm just holding this because it had to be said, like, now. And so I know that there's a lot of people out there that struggle just as much as I do, like living in this world when you are so made for a different world. Okay, but that's your purpose. Do you get it? Your purpose is to help bring that world here. There's a lot of it is, there's no grand purpose or no grand thing. Like it's all very beautiful the way that a lot of us are just playing our role where we are. You're playing your energetic role exactly where you are, bringing that love down to this earth, and it's transforming things. And you might not think that, but it is. The way you treat animals, the way you treat other people, the way you live your life, the way you pray for people and other people in the world, and that power, that love is doing something, even if you can't see it, okay? Even if you can't see it, it is. So don't stop, okay? It's not easy, but it's not meant to be, okay? So understand that that's the purpose. The purpose is to evolve. The purpose is to evolve because the world needs that. And that's what's happening, okay? So, you know, I spent a lot of time on the internet, like searching for my purpose. Like, what's my purpose? How do I figure out my purpose? What is my mission? What am I doing here? That is a big part of the journey. It's a big part of the journey, getting stuck in that. But, and I don't want to say getting stuck, but like getting caught up in that, where we are looking so far beyond ourselves, where the answer is it's right there. Do you know what I mean? Your mission is to do exactly what you're doing right now. To grow, to evolve, and to take that heart energy that you're culminating and spread it outward to everyone around you. The power of your prayers and intentions are so strong. You can affect everyone around you by praying. You can affect the people in your town by praying. You can affect the animals around you by praying. Please know that. And so as you continue to evolve and as you continue along your spiritual transformation, your awakening, whatever you want to call it, you become more powerful and more powerful and more powerful. And so there are going to be more attacks by the enemy, more attacks of confusion, more attacks of fear, left and right, okay? And they're going to come in ways that you would not expect. They're going to come in ways of people that look like friends. They're going to come in ways that look like job opportunities. The attacks will get clever, okay? But every morning when you wake up, you say a prayer of protection over your aura and over your body, your mind, and your spirit. Every morning, God, thank you for protecting me today. Father, thank you for protecting me in all my ways for all of my days, okay? And those energy attacks will do nothing to you, okay? So continue being who you are. Continue loving God. Continue along your journey. Don't get so caught up in dark nights of the soul or what your purpose is. I know you want to just get there and you want it to just be now and you want what you want. But guys, there's a journey. There's a healing process that needs to take place, and it can take months. It can take years. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that. For me, it took years. I'm still healing. This is a never-ending thing. This is a continuous journey until we're done here, you know? So if there's one thing, just please realize that you are not alone. You are not alone. And you are playing your role the way you need to be. Keep your heart full of love. Pray for others. Pray for the world. Pray for animals. Thank God. Fill your heart up with gratitude. I'm not trying to be preachy right now, I promise. Fill your heart up with gratitude. The power and the energetic vibration of gratitude is... I can't even get started. It'll heal you from the inside out, okay? I love you. I hope you're doing well. I made a new banner for my YouTube page, so if you want, check it out. I love it. I think it's really cute. I'm excited about it. I taught myself how to make that, so like I'm proud of that, you know what I mean? I'm excited about a lot of things in life, and I really just want to let whoever it was know out there that the reason I needed to make this video, whoever it was, maybe it's multiple people, maybe it's just one person. You're okay. You're okay. We all go through quiet seasons. When you don't hear God the most, when you don't see God the most, that is when God is working the most. Keep your faith. Keep your faith, keep your strength. And you pray for motivation and strength some days if you don't have it. He'll give it to you. Keep your head up even when you're fed up. This world is not ours, and we're here to create a new one. So let people look at you weird. Let people think you're weird. Whatever. They're weird. Let people think what they want about you, okay? You know who you are. God knows who you are. And that is all that matters. I love you. Have a beautiful, blessed week. I will see you guys soon within the week. Leave a comment down below. Leave me some love. Thank you for that. I love you. Peace and love, baby. Peace and love.